In August 2011, the plant that makes the Mitsubishi Eclipse was shuttered for good. The last model rolled off the assembly line, was raffled off for auction. Now, a lot of people think the name Eclipse has to do with a celestial event. It doesn't. It pays homage to an 18th century racehorse that went out a winner. 26 race wins to its credit. We have one of the last of the breed today here on Hard Drive, the 2012 Mitsubishi GT. We brought it up here to Muskoka. Now we're going to go bombing around in it.
You want to go out and spank a Boxster? This car will do it, and at 36 grand list price, that is a real bargain. An unbelievably good 6-speed gearbox, unbelievably good handling. You tend to forget that the car is a front-wheel drive after that torque steer event is over in first and second gear.
Now, Mitsubishi offers the Eclipse in two different body styles, a closed coupe, or really a hatchback, and this, the open-top Spider. Considering how effective the top mechanism is in this Spider, all you need to do is unlatch the two hooks on the windshield, press a button on the console, and the roof retracts in a matter of seconds. And also, once it's stowed back there, there's a hard tonneau that sits on top of it, so no fussing around with some flimsy canvas boots, like quite a few convertibles on the market.
The car for a convertible is incredibly well balanced, actually poised. We were at a little racetrack nearby recently and tried to get the thing deeply out of shape and couldn't do it in that particular environment. And chasing it around, remarked at how flat the car stayed. You'd think something along these lines would always be looking to pick up that rear tire, but the car handles like a dream.
The chassis dynamics of this car, a front-wheel drive with this kind of torque, usually twists the chassis up into knots. But in this car, it's competent, poised, and planted. The only time you get a bit of torque steer is in first and second gear, and if you're one of those journalists that always whines on about torque steer, hey, it's a powerful front-wheel drive. Hold on to the wheel and have some fun with it.
Now, as a species of car, this is quite unique. Yes, it's a Japanese branded vehicle, but it's perhaps the most American of all Mitsubishi's offerings. It's built in a factory in Normal, Illinois, in the United States. It's designed specifically with the North American market in mind, and it's got qualities that you'd more associate with traditional American performance cars. For example, it has a relatively large displacement engine, a 3.8-litre V6 up front, and it's got plenty of torque and just a personality that really speaks more of an American muscle machine than a traditional Japanese tuner car.
One thing about an 11-year-old design, the interior layout on this car, it's not too garbled up with new fancy-dancy gadgets. Very simple, very analog, rotary controls. When you want the heat blasting, you just turn all 3 dials to the right. When you want the AC cold, turn the first 2 to the left and hit the AC button. Couldn't get much simpler than that. They do give you Sirius satellite radio in this, Rockford Fosgate sound system standard, big honking subwoofer, and what's available for a back seat, which admittedly isn't much. Technically, it is a 4-seater. You're going to have to be pretty small to get back there. There's child seat tethers for your kids back there. I don't think you'd want to have a full-size adult back there, not for a long trip in this thing. But hey, it's the only way you can get a ride in a convertible. Maybe you just might have to put up with it.
I think we've been through every car that Mitsubishi builds over the last 2 years. It's a solid lineup, there's no doubt about it. The fact that they're suffering with less than 5% of the market in this country is remarkable to me, because the cars represent good value, they represent a lot of fun to drive, and the lineup is as broad as many other importers' lineups. So you might want to look into it. But for a Muskoka day, with all of these colors, even though it's a little chilly, this car is exactly what the doctor ordered. So, do you need a car like this? Well, of course not, you don't need a car like this, but do you want a car like this? Well, if you're looking for a ragtop, I want you to take a good, hard, long look at this one, because I think you do. I think you do want a car like this.